किसी भी लोकतंत्र की सफलता के लिए अभिव्यक्ति, विचार विमर्श और संवाद सबसे महत्वपूर्ण है। संसद का काम देश के लिए कानून बनाना है। इसके अलावा जनहित से जुड़े मुद्दों के साथ ही देश और विदेश के जो महत्वपूर्ण मसले हैं, उन पर चर्चा करना भी है। इन चर्चाओं के लिए संसद से अच्छा और बड़ा फोरम और कोई हो ही नहीं सकता। लेकिन राजनीतिक हितों के चलते जब लोकतंत्र का ये मंदिर अवरोध और व्यवधान की भेंट चढ़ जाता है, तो इसका सीधा असर देश की जनता पर पड़ता है। राज्यसभा के सभापति जगदीप धनखड़ विभिन्न मौकों पर सदन और विभिन्न मंचों के माध्यम से संसद की कार्यवाही में व्यवधान पर चिंता जता चुके हैं। उनका मानना है कि सदन में लगातार व्यवधान लोकतांत्रिक संस्थानों में जनता के विश्वास को खत्म कर रहा है।
In this painful moment, when our countrymen will be shocked that those whom they have sent to Rajya Sabha to show responsibility, respect to Constitution, be an example so that others can follow, engage in unruly conduct, shouting which we will not bear in any institution, in any society, anywhere. These are dangerous practices. They threaten the very fundamentals of democracy. Trust me and have it from me. If we do not search our soul, if we do not counsel our friends, we will be doing greatest disservice to democracy. We are here to strengthen the foundations of democracy. We have taken oath to abide by the Constitution, and we are shredding it. If leader of the opposition can be epicenter of it, what could be more painful than this? I must tell you three things in particular. Whomsoever sits in the chair has to be respected. My illustrious predecessors have been giants. I may not be able to come to their level. I will try my utmost. But to engage day in and day out in a manner to run down the authority of the chair, to take the chair lightheartedly, through each of you, I wish to finally appeal to them. They must reflect, they must introspect, they must search their souls, and must always know that sometimes after giving all opportunities, there is an end to it.
उपराष्ट्रपति और राज्यसभा के सभापति जगदीप धनखड़ संसद के सदस्यों से कई बार अपील कर चुके हैं कि वो राजनीतिक मतभेदों से ऊपर उठे और संसदीय संवाद की पवित्रता बहाल करें।
Honorable members, the world watches our democracy. Yet we fail our citizens through conduct. These parliamentary disruptions mock public trust and expectations. Our fundamental duty to serve with diligence lies neglected. Where seasoned dialogue should prevail, we witness only chaos. I urge every parliamentarian, regardless of party, to examine their conscience. The citizens of our democracy, 1/6 of humanity, deserve better than this spectacle. We squander precious opportunities that could serve the greater good of our people. I hope the honorable members will introspect deeply and citizens exercise their accountability. These hallowed chambers deserve conduct that honors our oath and not theatrics that betray it.
राज्यसभा के सभापति जगदीप धनखड़ सदन में होने वाले व्यवधानों से व्यथित हो जाते हैं। सभापति संसद के सदस्यों से सदन की पवित्रता का सम्मान करने और इसके कामकाज में बाधा डालने वाली कार्यवाहियों से बचने का आह्वान करते हैं।
As parliamentarians, we are drawing severe criticism from the people of India, and rightfully so. These persistent disruptions are steadily eroding public trust in our democratic institutions. We stand at a critical crossroads. The 1.4 billion citizens of Bharat expect better from us. It is time to choose between meaningful debate and destructive disruption. Our democratic legacy demands we rise above political differences and restore the sanctity of parliamentary discourse.
भारतीय संसद में बढ़ रहे गतिरोध पर गंभीर चिंता जताते हुए सभापति जगदीप धनखड़ ने कहा कि अगर ये सिलसिला जारी रहा तो लोकतंत्र के लिए ये एक बड़ा खतरा साबित हो सकता है।
Democratic polity thrives on discourse. Expression and discourse are fundamental to democracy. If you do not have right of expression, you cannot claim to be living in a democracy. But your expression is incomplete unless you believe in dialogue. Because when you have the dialogue, there may be the other point of view. A point of view that may not be for your taste. But sometimes, and I would say more often than not, a dialogue enriches you. A dialogue affords you an opportunity to be humble, not to be self-judgmental, not to believe in a concept, I alone am right. The very concept that an individual can think, I am right, he distances himself from sublimity and essence of human society. Because no one has the right to judge that I am alone right. That judgment has to be left to the discretion of the masses. Therefore, I urge the nectar of democracy is consideration of the varying points of view. Civilizationally, we have been inclusive only for that process. Absence of dialogue, and by dialogue I mean a dialogue where there is no fear, a dialogue where there is freedom, a dialogue where the dialogue will not invite ridicule, a dialogue which will find consideration and not rejection at a drop of a hat. If that dialogue is absent, it will be death knell for at least democratic institutions. A peep into our Indology will reveal that dialogue and discourse were always favorite when it came to resolution of issues. I would say the only way, and history will prove it right, there have been conflagrations, there have been wars. Ultimately, the resolution was through dialogue and discourse. Absence of dialogue can be apocalyptic, can be very dangerous, can cliffhanger a society if dialogue is not there.
सभापति का कहना है कि अगर संसद कार्य नहीं करेगी तो यह धीरे धीरे अप्रासंगिक हो जाएगी। उनका मानना है कि संसद तभी प्रभावी होगी जब इसके सदस्य अपनी पूरी क्षमता और ईमानदारी से काम करेंगे।
I would appeal to all the members of the House to carefully consider the oath of the Constitution they have taken. Their oath is very specific. They have to ensure integrity of the nation on a priority basis. Any challenge to the unity of the nation, to the integrity of the nation, from without or outside, requires all of us to offer united challenge. This is not a challenge to one section or the other. It is a challenge to our very existence. We as a nation are committed to fight these sinister forces, these forces that are inimical to India. This inimical force mechanism, a deep state that is evolving, is required to be neutralized by all of us. I would appeal the honorable members to share the sentiments of the people at large. People at large are extremely concerned that all divisive forces all forces that are pernicious to the concept of Bharat, all forces that have sinister design to run down our democracy, to bring down our progress, to impede our economic upsurge, have to be defeated by us. That is the sentiment which 1.4 billion people share. That sentiment has to emanate from this house also. This house, at this critical moment, when the country is facing such severe challenges, must send a united voice to motivate the people at large, inspire the people, so that these forces are defeated. We in this country that is rising at a very fast pace cannot afford to either countenance or overlook such kind of evil designs, and our conduct should be such that people get more interest in our parliament, because if dialogue in parliament does not share the sentiments of the people at large, the parliament will get into irrelevance. It is fundamental for parliament to debate such serious challenges that the nation is facing from forces that are determined to run down our country by employing various mechanisms. The functioning of the deep state has been noticed that it affects us more perniciously than COVID disease. And this is an occasion where the entire nation needs to speak in one voice. The nation must give a direction to the people at large, so that all enemies of Bharat, within or outside, are taught a lesson never to venture in a misadventure to challenge our integrity, our sovereignty, and impede our progress. I am sure the members both sides will soul search themselves, live up to their oath, and set an example to the nation that we are first Indians, nation is first for us, our commitment to nationalism has to be 100%. We shall not allow our nationalism to go down. We will not bear any challenge that is to our unity, integrity and sovereignty.
संसद के पिछले सत्र की उत्पादकता की बात करें तो शीतकालीन सत्र 25 नवंबर से 20 दिसंबर 2024 के बीच आयोजित किया गया था। लोकसभा में विधायी कार्य लगभग 54.5% और राज्यसभा में लगभग 40% रहा है। इस प्रकार संसद की उत्पादकता 50% से कम रही थी। संसद वह मंच है जहां यह बताना सरकार की जिम्मेदारी है कि वह अहम मसलों पर क्या कर रही है। दूसरी तरफ सकारात्मक विरोध करना या सुझाव देना विपक्ष का कर्तव्य है। संसद की हर दिन की कार्यवाही में करीब 10 करोड़ रुपए खर्च होते हैं। इसमें भवन रखरखाव, बिजली, पानी, पेट्रोल और फूड बिल, संसद की सुरक्षा, सांसदों के वेतन और भत्ते, अंगरक्षक, संसद कर्मचारी और प्रत्यक्ष या अप्रत्यक्ष रूप से इसमें शामिल सभी कर्मचारी शामिल हैं। ऐसे में अगर राजनीतिक हित में सांसद सदन की कार्यवाही को बाधित करते हैं तो वह देश को राजनीतिक, सामाजिक और आर्थिक क्षति पहुंचाते हैं।
संसद टीवी के और भी प्रोग्राम्स देखने के लिए सब्सक्राइब करें हमारा YouTube चैनल और हाँ, इन्हें लाइक और शेयर करना ना भूलें।